got a new job. I really hate this piece of equipment. I think it does a lousy job. I know it does a lousy job. Makes ridges, it's hard to pull. It's only 19 feet or 20 foot. I would consider 20 foot. But it's a John Deere 220 centerfold disc harrow. Now, I needed a disc in a pinch. I pulled the other one. The problem is, this wonderful piece of junk, it wore through. And when it wore through, these are the pivots for the lifting pivots. When it wore through, I guess this bolt had fell out. And I didn't catch it, or didn't care to catch it for that matter, because I hate this thing so bad. And it wore through. And not only did it wear through there, it wore through the pipe that goes lengthwise across there for the lifting legs. So what I have to do is get this thing pulled away from there, make up a couple pieces of steel, and stick them in there and weld them, and then get her all back together. There is pieces of it in there, as you can see, so I may be able to kind of squish it back together with a jack or something, and then weld flat steel. And when I put the, oh, got a little visitor there, look at him. He looked like he wanted to sting me. Too bad, didn't get me today. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing now. It shouldn't take me too god-awful long to figure out what I'm going to do. But it has some kind of screwy valve system, and because there's no weight on the other half of this cylinder here, it won't close up all the way. So what I got to do is crack these, get a come along or something on there, and pull it back out. So that's what I'm up to right now. Alright, I'll keep you updated. Alright, I got it bent back into shape there. I noticed that it's broken off down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pry it back into place, which shouldn't be too hard, and then I'm going to weld it. I'm going to weld it in the back so I can actually bend it a little bit more. This here, I'm going to have to do some work with the pipe wrench because it's kind of bent, kind of wavy. So what I've done is I've heated it up and got it back into the position and I think it was in to begin with. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of flat iron, which I have laying around here someplace. This is like a 1/4 of an inch thick, or yeah, 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going to stick it in there as best I can. I'm going to pre-bend it a bit. Well, I got to do some torching. Excuse me. What I've done is I got this piece of steel here. Looks about a 1/4 inch thick, which I didn't measure it, but I'm pretty sure with a little tape measure here, we are actually a 1/4 of an inch thick, or damn close anyway. So anyways, I got my soapstone line marked out, and I'm going to torch it off of there. I need 2 of them. I'm going to press them both together at the same time so that they kind of interlock in there, and it should be pretty flat. But I'm going to cut one first, and then I'll cut the other one. So here I go. One, and I got it kind of welded in there. I had to torch a piece off, so I got to re-weld that part back there, but it's welded on the outside. So when I get these new plates put on and welded around there, it should be strong enough to hold that up. And I also have to weld in there. But I don't want to do that till I get that cable out of there, so it's kind of going to be tricky. I have to start the bend. I got to get the bend started and then stick it in there like in a V, so I'll get them both going. And probably what I'll do is heat them and then wrap them around this piece of pipe here, so I get a good nice round piece. I can always repaint that, but I gotta go pick Tim up and I'll be all right. I figured out how I'm gonna bend these. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna weld them fast to that pipe. Then I'm gonna take a sledgehammer and I'm gonna beat them on around, just all the way around, both of them, and that should give me the right the right pitch on it, and then I'll weld them up in there. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's get that going. I gotta find my welding helmet here. I dropped it someplace and don't know what I did with it, but I'm sure it's around. All right, I got it welded fast there. See if I can get it set up that my camera doesn't fall off of here when I start beating on it, but that ought to do it. There. Now, that'll go right on around that. Camera staying steady. Oh, could be my finger. Smile, Tim. Alright, we got hey, Tim putting air in tires here, they're a little low. I got a bearing kit for that one up there, but for the most part, it's pretty well welded on. Welded underneath, up in there, kind of looks all nasty because, well, it's rusty steel and I didn't do a good job. But, yeah, there it is. It doesn't seem like it's picking it up as high as I'd like it to, but that could, I think it's alright though. I don't like this disc at all. I think it's a piece of shit. I think I said that before, but anyway, do a little more welding on that, and then I think we're pretty well done. I'm gonna weld underneath there. Yeah, that's what it is. Right there, I gotta get. I get that done, and we're good. There it is. Now, this thing did have a bolt there that went through there to keep, and there was a cast iron gizmo that went through there to hold this piece in place. Well, I thought it was pretty much useless. So what I did was I took a piece off of an old corn planter that I had. It was to hold on the fertilizer disc openers as the mount for it, and I cut it off, stuck it up in there, gave her a good weld, and there it is. Now, the only thing that I need to do now is really just shoot some grease up in there, and I think we got it. It should be good. Alright, that's that job done.